Thanks a lot, Darren. Well, I've always said it. Way to my heart is chocolate, and I love it so much. This gentleman, Laine-Naida, he is a chocolate expert. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
You are going to be our resident chocolate expert here on Daytime.
That sounds
I think.
good.
Yes.
That sounds good. Yep.
All right. Let's, you know what, I think it's important that everyone knows kind of where you have gone and your travels and basically how you got here right now.
We've only got a 6-minute segment.
I know.
Okay, so, well, I was living in London 20 years ago. I studied at Stratford. And for the last 20 years, I've been living in Germany, traveling around Europe, doing my chocolate work, and just moved back 3 weeks ago, and I'm here to stay.
There you go.
So.
And you can taste his delicacies over at Brennan's Beer Bistro. That's where you're going to be now.
Yeah, I'm back working with Joan. When I was doing my apprenticeship, I worked with Joan at Strange Angels, so that really takes you back. That's when Say Cheese was still in town. And every year I come back, and we usually do something together. And now we're working full time.
Sounds good. Let's get right into the recipe here, Chef. We're going to work with white chocolate and some dark chocolate.
Yeah, we've got 2 recipes today. The important thing is for everyone out there, you want a unique dessert, but you want it one pot and you want it simple. And food is really simple, so don't let it freak you out. First thing we're going to do is we're going to do a dark chocolate. It's a reduction with white wine and some bacon fat, because bacon and chocolate go well together.
Ooh.
Also, we've got a balsamic reduction that goes in there as well.
All right, let's get cooking.
All right, let's do that first.
What do you need me to do?
So, well, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take the sugar and the white wine. You can have more white wine if you want to drink some while you're cooking.
That's always good.
And what we're going to do is we're going to bring that up to a boil. Oops, if I can figure out the stove. Okay. You want to reduce the white wine and the sugar, okay? And when it's got to a boil, we're going to put in the whipped cream. Okay, so we're going to leave that for a couple of minutes.
Okay.
We're going to talk a little bit about chocolate. Don't just buy the chocolate chips, because there can be filler in there. Make sure you've got real chocolate wafer or melting chocolate, covering chocolate, couverture, because then when you're finished with the product, you don't have a layer of fat. Also, you don't have clumpy chocolate that
there's different qualities, basically, of chocolate, right?
Yeah, don't go for the 30%. Go for 50. Go for 70% if you can. Invest the money. You want to eat it, so put the good stuff in your mouth and not the stuff.
You're a chocolate lover too, I guess, eh?
Yeah,
not
yeah.
just to create
And
it,
chocolate's
but
very, very important to me.
It is. Okay.
So this is coming up a little bit of a boil. Now, I mentioned that we're going to put bacon fat in here because everyone likes bacon. Bacon, bacon.
So you're going to use the fat, not the bacon?
We're going to use the fat. Now, you could, if you really want, you could crisp up the bacon and top the chocolate with that. Salt and chocolate goes well together. Bacon is salty. Usually when you make a ganache, so a chocolate icing, you're going to be using chocolate, butter, and cream. So instead of the butter, we're going to render the bacon fat. And this is separated, it's cooled, and now we've got a fat. So it's still an animal product. It's not bacon fat. It tastes good. It tastes really good.
All right.
Okay.
I will
so
let you have
this
that
is
there.
boiling. It's on maximum, but it's going to take a little while to reduce down.
Okay.
Okay. Good.
We wait a little bit for that?
We're going to wait a little bit for that. And we've also got a balsamic reduction. You can use balsamic vinegar. The recipe's on Joan's and my website. So either reduce down some balsamic vinegar, or you can buy a balsamic reduction.
Interesting. I would never think to combine all these things together.
It's, well, 20 years in Europe, the things that they're putting in chocolate, yeah, it's, life's too short for a Snickers bar.
So we're going to let that reduce there. We've got about a minute left in this segment, Chef. In the meantime, I really want everyone to understand that you don't just make chocolate to consume. You look at chocolate as an art.
I do chocolate sculptures.
Yeah.
I did a book that came out in 2009. It's full of chocolate sculptures. I've presented them around Europe. I usually pose the chocolate pieces outside, get the organic back outside again. And yeah, it's to address the non-edible part of chocolate.
Okay, we're going to take a short break. Just before we go, what did you add in there?
I put the whipping cream in there, and we're just going to bring that to a boil, and we're going to put the chocolate in as well.
All right. Short break, folks. More with Chef Warren when we return. It's chocolate in the daytime kitchen.
Yummy.
Can't get any better than that. We'll see you after the short break. Welcome back to the Daytime Kitchen. You're having a look here at our reduction, right, Chef? It's coming along well?
This is coming along very nicely. Now, the joy of this recipe is that you can reduce it down, and it's going to take about half an hour to reduce down. While it's reducing, you can work on your second dessert, because when your guests come, you don't want to offer them just one dessert.
Okay, sounds good.
So, the second dessert, Sabrina is whipping whipped cream. There's two ways to do this.
I haven't been to the gym in a while, and it's already hurting my
Do you want me to do it?
muscles. That's all right. Okay, yeah,
Okay.
you're probably faster at it.
So, You have two ways you can do this dessert. You can either whip cream, okay, so you have a strong whipped cream, and then you add to it chèvre, soft goat's cheese, okay? And
now that's not very salty, is it?
no, it's very good. And again, salt and chocolate, this is a combination that you really want to have.
Okay.
So if you have the soft goat's cheese, and you can take your white chocolate, and you can either grate it or cut it into tiny little bits, or you can melt it down, okay? Now, we have this dessert going at the moment. We melted down the white chocolate into the goat's cheese with the cream, and we've got more of a solid dessert. But this dessert, which is in the book, is intended for the summer. So if you whip the cream, you've got a very light cream, you've got the goat's cheese, and then you just grate the chocolate right in there, and you've got a very nice light summery dessert. Okay?
Just getting a shot here of your book here. This came out in 2009. Warren, where can we get a hold of this?
You can order this online. You can come down to Brennan's and join us for lunch or dinner and purchase the book for half price. Or you can get it from my website, whatever you'd like.
Okay, very good. I just wonder if we can possibly get a shot. We were talking about how you take chocolate and make art from chocolate. You make sculptures. I don't know how long a chocolate sculpture would last in my home, I have to tell you.
Well, if it's not edible, it can last a long time. My original piece, which I made about 20 years ago, is still, that's not it. That's a photo of a piece in Minsk in Belarus,
very nice.
Where my wife is from.
Wow.
But chocolate sculptures, as long as it's not sitting in the direct sunlight, they'll last forever. As long as you don't eat them.
As long as you don't eat them.
Yeah.
Now that's the challenge. That is the challenge. Where did your love of chocolate come from?
It's a very recyclable medium. It's a very environmentally friendly medium. If you make something out of chocolate and you don't like it, you don't have to throw it away. You can melt it down and start all over again.
That easy, eh?
That's very nice.
All right.
Now what I'm doing here as well is I'm making a little strawberry reduction. Strawberries, cracked black pepper, and butter.
Okay.
Now this you can also use to garnish the dessert. Okay, we've got a couple of desserts here.
Okay.
Because
we'll show the final product once we're all finished.
Okay,
Can you recap this one here, what we started with? This is our first dessert that we're making.
This is the pot au chocolat. It's a reduction of chocolate, of cream, of white wine, of sugar. I'm going to put some rosemary in here, if I can find the rosemary, which has disappeared. Maybe I put the rosemary already in there.
Maybe you
put
did.
some rosemary in there.
I think you did. I can see
there
it.
There it is.
There
okay.
it is. It's in there.
And once it's reduced, you take it away from the fat, from the heat, and now you can put in your bacon fat. And you can put in your balsamic. Okay.
Bacon fat and balsamic. How much bacon fat do you think is in
50 grams and 2 tablespoons of balsamic.
Okay.
Okay.
And what's that going to do again? It's just
That's going to give it flavor.
Flavor.
That's going to give it flavor. You eat a Snickers bar, you don't notice it. You eat this, you're going to look away from what you were looking at, and you're going to concentrate on this. And the person you've given it to is going to look at you in a different way.
Hey, there you go.
In a pleasing different way. Okay, so this needs to set. With all chocolate desserts, with any desserts, don't stick them in the refrigerator to set. They will separate. And also, when you do want to eat it, your tongue will be frozen because now you're eating something cold. You want to enjoy the flavors. So let them set at room temperature.
How long would you put it?
If it's the summer, it's going to take longer than right now.
Okay.
But if you're working with a good quality chocolate and with butter and with good cream, it will set naturally, probably within an hour.
Okay.
So, you know, you've got lots of time. You've got a very easy dessert that's very elegant and very interesting to serve your people.
All right, so we're going to let that sit for a little bit. And the white chocolate dessert, what needs to be done to that one still?
Well, if we had the whipping cream,
sorry,
either
I
of
tried.
us had gone to the gym yesterday.
Chef,
So,
I apologize.
That's okay. Once this is whipped up to a firm peak, then we would just add this together to the goat's cheese.
Goat's cheese, that's a unique ingredient.
This is chèvre. This is a very, very nice cheese. It's not overly powerful. It works with a lot of different things. And with chocolate, it brings out the flavor of the chocolate. Sorry. It's like putting salt into a cake recipe. It's like, why would you do that? Well, the salt brings the flavor up. Gives it accent.
Very nice. Does your wife request you to make chocolate on a regular basis?
We usually have a lot of chocolate in the house, And we just moved 3 weeks ago, so we're eating a lot of chocolate as comfort food.
Yeah.
So, well, we have chocolate sculptures around the house, so you're seeing and smelling chocolate pretty much on a regular basis. I'm making a mess.
For Valentine's Day, how much pressure was on you considering you're a chocolate expert?
There was a little bit of pressure, but do we even have chocolate for dessert? Yes, I made a semi-Freddo chocolate mousse, and our little son helped whisk it.
Very nice. Okay, we're going to get a shot of the final product here.
Yes.
All right, so this is the final product here. We'll leave it there and we'll get a nice shot.
Good.
So you've garnished it a little bit there with
the pot au chocolat is with cornflowers. I don't know where you can get them. In Germany, you buy them at the drugstore. They're very expensive, but they look beautiful on top of the dessert.
Here, I'll just do a little tilt like that so we can get a shot.
You can try one if you like.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yes, please. They're here to eat.
Ah, I thought you were never going to ask,
Oh,
Chef.
I'm sorry.
And then the white chocolate here.
This
Tell
is
us
the
about
white
that.
chocolate. We melted the white chocolate instead of grating it. And we've put a salsa of this very quickly, mango, but you can do pineapple, you can put in some peppers, whatever you like.
Thank you so much. I'm going to try the white chocolate. The dark chocolate was fantastic.
Good.
Oh my gosh.
So I'll be leaving these
I understand why you're
here,
a chocolate
I guess.
expert. Warren, thank you so much. Brennan'sBeerBistro.ca or chocolatecheese.de. Short break, more of our show after this.